Hi, Abraham. I've been very aware how lately I've been very conscious of working on kind of like two trips at once. One is the emotional trip and the way I think about where I am. And the second one is my daily life of physical living.
So the two trips are where I want to go and what I'm doing today?
The two trips are that I get up in the morning and I live a physical life, but I also get up in the morning and I live a whole internal life, which is the way I think and the way I feel. And so I think where I am now, the clarity that I'm looking for is that for my entire adult life, I've worked in a profession that I have adored and loved and felt passionate about, but I've always worked for somebody else. So I've worked within somebody else's regulations, but found a way to express myself and do the work that I believed in and loved. About 10 years ago, a dream was born in me to continue this work, but to create my own energy and boundaries so that I was limitless to where I could go with what I wanted to do. And while the dream was born, I didn't quite know how to make the dream happen. And I recently took a job which was supposed to be temporary. And a lot of the job is what I love to do, but I'm still working for somebody else. And the part that I don't like is the craziness that comes with working for somebody else. And so lately that inner voice has been, well, now it's time. Don't you feel the contrast? How much does the universe have to create contrast for you to know that it's time to burst forth and go for that dream? I don't know how to make it happen, and then I think, well, I don't make it happen. I align with it, and the universe allows it to happen, but I'm stuck there somewhere.
Well, the thing that's tricky is as you're noticing what you don't like, that's what you're aligning with. So that's going to go with you everywhere you go.
I know, and I'm aware of it, but I'm
do you know you can even
there.
Find things you don't like about working for someone else and beat the drum of it so hard and then decide, well, I'm not going to work for anybody else. And even when you're working for yourself, you take those same things that you didn't like when you were working for somebody else with you when you're no longer working for anyone else. It really doesn't matter where you are, but it really does matter how you feel about where you are. But if you think that you have to change where you are in order to change how you feel, now you're in trouble because you can't get to another place like that. In other words, you have to change how you feel while you're still where you are. And then where you are will change. Now let's talk about the being self-employed or working for someone else. We just want to point some things out to you. Sometimes you can, through your life experience, give birth to some ideas. And as those ideas are launched and source energy begins working on them in that vibrational escrow that we were talking about, very often law of attraction will bring you together with an organization or with a business, with others who are vibrationally similar. And so sometimes you'll go to work, as you say, for someone else. And there's great advantage in that because you discover that they've been launching energy for some time, so they have quite a bit of momentum going. In fact, they're stable, they're profitable, they have things in place, and things that are not really up to speed with you yet are already up to speed with them. So the universe knows what you want, knows what they do, matches you up together, and you all go off and happily co-create together,
and
you see.
What's been happening.
But then there's this other thing that physical humans often say, which is, I want to be independent. Often they mean financially independent, which often they mean, I want to be my own boss, I want to make my own decisions. And that's a wonderful state of being too. But it is usually more difficult for someone to get personally up to speed with that idea than it is for them to get up to speed with the idea of dovetailing with something that's already in motion. Now, you've done some of both. In other words, you know the advantages of working for someone else and you know the advantages of working for yourself. But we hear so many people who are working with others who are beating this drum of freedom. I want to choose my own time. I want to be more free. And what happens is as they activate those vibrations within them, it's a vibration of resistance that becomes becomes more powerfully activated within you. If you're unhappy about where you are, and you're using your unhappiness about where you are as your launch pad to go off and start your own business, it's not a good way to go about it, because you take all of that stuff that you're bothered about and all of that resistance that you've been practicing every day, and then when you launch yourself out there into that place of freedom, the universe hasn't prepared things for you that you want. The universe has been preparing more things for you that you don't want, because that's the drum that you've been beating. So that's why we always encourage, even if you are planning on eventually going to work or beginning your own business, to do your best right here, right now, where all of your power is, to bring yourself into alignment with you, which means look for the positive aspects of where you are. And it is our expectation that if you were to even think about where you've been and what you've been doing, that you could make a long list of positive aspects about it. Every moment that you've been working for someone else and wanting to work on your own, you've been launching rockets of desires out there. They're out there being fashioned for you, being orchestrated for you. And so now as you stand right where you are and you look for reasons to feel good where you are, you put yourself in a place where you are no longer resisting what the universe is working on that you've launched from your place of not liking where you were. You just can't get around it. You've got to find a way to feel good where you are now, before you start shifting your vibration in a way that you can start letting in what you've been asking for.
So here's, I think, the pivotal word I need help. I work at a college, and there's politics among the higher-ups, and they want to have a meeting with me because they think I'm going to fix something up. So in the moment that I'm aware that they're playing games with each other and I don't want to be part of the games, where do I put my attention?
All right, so as you focus upon these higher-ups, the people that hold the power, the people that hold the key to your job, the people who are making decisions, and you say things to yourself, some of them true and some of them not true, but all of them your opinion, and therefore that's just fine. As you think things like they don't know what they're doing, or they're just collecting their salary, or they're not doing a good job, or we're doing all the work, and they're making decisions, but they're making inappropriate decisions, how do those thoughts feel as you identify them? Good or bad?
Bad.
And if you had to give the emotion a label, would you call it powerlessness? Would you
annoyed?
So, do you realize that they cannot affect your point of attraction, but as you focus upon the things that you decide are wrong in them, you affect your point of attraction. So you're using them as your excuse to hold yourself in vibrational resistance to things you want. And that's why they get more and more annoying as years go by, because you focus upon it, you use them as your excuse to not allow things to come, and then before you know it, you've got a pretty good case built for them having the power to keep you from what you want. And eventually it goes from annoyance to true powerlessness.
Now, I understand that, but I'm not sure in the moment what I should think to help me not feel annoyed.
In the moment, what you should think is, I feel annoyed, and annoyed means I've got resistance. Let's see if I can think something that would make me feel something softer than annoyance. So now you've got your attention upon how you feel, which means you've got your attention upon your vibration, which means you've got your attention upon your point of attraction, which means you're back in control. When you care about the way you feel enough to choose thoughts that feel better, now your journey's quantifiable again. And you could stand in a place that everybody else hated, and you could vibrate in such a way that good things would come to you. And they'll all stand around and accuse you of sleeping with the boss because things are going so well for you. But things are going well for you because you've achieved vibrational alignment with well-being, you see. Give us an example of something that happens that makes you feel the way you feel. In other words, would you say that your sensation there is usually just one of annoyance, or do you think it's deeper?
Well, they're having some financial problems, and the message that came to me was they think I'm going to fix it all up, but they still have their parameters of what I need to fit into, and I don't think it can be fixed up unless they're willing to change the parameters.
So what we're saying to you is, you can look at this in the realistic way that you are looking at it and say, it can't be fixed, they're looking to me to fix it, and I can't fix it, and therefore what?
And therefore I'm in a position that I don't feel free to really make a difference, because I have to stay within their parameters.
But here's the thing, it's a beautiful thing when you come to realize it. no one can lay any limitations or parameters or restrictions on you because they cannot control the vibrations that you offer. But what you're doing is you're saying they're limiting me, but what's actually happening is you're limiting yourself by saying that they're limiting you. Where if you can dream it and imagine it and envision it and come to believe it, the universe will deliver it around you. Then sometimes what happens, and we can feel this sort of stuck in your craw too, is that you could get a vibration going that would ease this right away. You have the ability, you understand, you are enlightened, you understand the process, both the financial process and the energetic process. We think you would want to, but we don't think that you're really looking for a way to make this better. We think you're more comfortable using the things that are wrong with this as your justification for leaving it all together and going and doing what you really want to do.
That's true.
And there's another thing that's sort of stuck in there, and that is you have the ability to clean this up. You've done it on endless occasions, but you're tired of cleaning it up and them getting all the credit for it. You've decided this time you're just going to let them cook their own goose. And so what we're saying to you is you can be as happy where you are as you want to be, but don't use your unhappiness about where you are as the catalyst to launch you into a new place. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would line up our energy, we'd make lists of their positive aspects, we'd get in touch with our inner being, we would get in touch with source energy, we would figure out the solution, we would put it in place, we would do it even within the guidelines that they are giving you, but vibrationally we would work through those limitations. We would bring about the result. We would say to ourselves, I have done this, I can do anything, and on that high note, we would go someplace else.
That sounds wonderful. I'm going to come back next time and tell you how I did it.
It doesn't matter whether you're working for yourself or whether you're working for someone else. The potential for frustration is there. The potential for anger is there. The potential for satisfaction is there. You've got to choose which way you're oriented. Most of the world is talking about unconditional love like it's a good thing, but almost nobody understands that what unconditional love is feeling connected to source energy in spite of the conditions. It's having the ability to adjust my vibration no matter what's happening out here. And until you are able to adjust your vibration no matter what's happening out here, now you've got to try to control what's happening out here. And you can't control what's happening out here. People say, oh, I like that. Let's have more of that. Oh, I don't like that. Let's get rid of that. Not understanding that yes to something includes it in their vibration and no to something includes it in their vibration. In other words, this is an inclusion-based universe. There's no such thing as no. So when you say, I'm going to feel good because feeling good is who I am, and feeling good puts me in concert with the whole of who I am. Now you're free to go out into the world. Now you can be the adventurous person that you are. You're not having to hide from things. You've got this vibe going where only well-being comes to you. Where if you're waiting for conditions to change so that you can have a better feeling response to the condition, as soon as you get that mess cleaned up, there'll be another one and another one and another one and another one. You can never clean it up because your point of attraction will keep bringing you more of the stuff you're trying to clean up. What's left undone? Hard to imagine anything, isn't it? You are understanding, we can feel you getting it, that you do create your own reality. Some of you know it and wish it were otherwise because you don't yet feel worthy of the choices, and some of you are believing it but not sure that you yet know how to do it. When we say to you that you create your own reality, we want you to understand that from our non-physical point of view, which is a very broad, clear view, we don't see things that we think you should be creating. And therefore we're here coaxing you into getting on the bandwagon and getting on with what you're about. You don't create your own reality because it needs to be created. You create your own reality because you are a creator, and that's what you do. In other words, do you paint your pictures because they need to be painted? Or do you paint your pictures because it is joyful to paint them? Do you sing your songs because there are songs that need to be sung? Or do you sing your songs because it's satisfying to sing your songs? Do you give birth to your children because your children need to be born? Or do you give birth to your children because it is the inevitable consequence of being out here on the leading edge of thought? We want you to relax in all of this and recognize that there is not something broken that you're here to fix, and there's not something unfinished that you're here to finish. We are all eternal beings, and we are here with the singular intent of living the joyful beingness that we are.